Ah, good evening. We have a running time third period here for JV. So I'm thinking 6:30 is good to go. All right. Sounds good. Welcome back to the pregame show on J105 with Dale Jake.
We played them at the start of the year with, I don't think we're terribly outmatched.
Four players on the bench. That's part of the problem. I have to agree with that one. Halfway back on the pad.
I'm out. SJ tonight? Super Joe?
Yep. So how's the voice feeling? Are you going to be able to sing anytime in your life?
I could sing, I just don't know if I can sing for any length of time. It feels weak.
Okay. We'll just start coming to mixed choir. It's not as high. Just 1 hour and just take it easy and see what happens.
Be something to consider.
You got to work it back into shape too. It's a muscle.
I suppose.
But take it easy. Don't want to be cruel. If it starts hurting, say, "Yep, half hour. That's all for me tonight." I don't know.
Something to consider.
I would be so sad if I couldn't sing, so I would try to find ways to do it. You know, that's me.
Yeah.
And I know you enjoyed it at least some.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was in choirs at the church since 95, 96.
Or even come to the male choir and drop down to baritone. A little easier on the voice. Overall, it's a little less push. And this evening, singing the voice back in the kid there. If you do that at St. Andrews, it's just an hour practice, and you got big growth from the powers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's dead on all the time. Anyways, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just encouraging you to sing it.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, I still enjoy it. Yeah, since the last time I tried, I damaged it right away again.
Yeah. So you were singing second tenor, right?
Yep. You over there now? Second tenor?
Yeah. But try dropping down to baritone.
Yeah, I certainly
And taking it easy.
certainly within my range.
Yeah. Then you don't push. Pushing it high is hard on your voice.
Yeah. It's fun though.
Oh yeah. This is Sheldon. What did you find? Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, let's do it. That's fine. And I have not been, as long as we're doing some duct work, that central AC can completely go away. We have not been using that at all. It was just an old inefficient one, and we've just been going with window air, so that can completely go away. Yep. Will that make things it was just costing so much per month, and then we divided up so the electric is being paid by each renter instead of by me. So there was really no way to figure out what they owed, with one air conditioner. So it was easier to, and it literally was costing me like $250, $280 a month in the summertime. Yeah, I mean, I had you guys out to look at it twice, I think. So. Yep. Sounds good. I gotta go in here. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hey, shut the door. All right, I got it. I saw your 3 minutes. I was on the phone. Got it. Good evening. Welcome to Yanmar Arena. It's hockey tonight as the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, their final section match of the season, as they take on the Duluth Denfeld Hunters in a 7AA and Lake Superior Conference matchup. Thunderhawks coming off what they hoped was a week that would cement the number 1 seed. Instead, they went 1-1-1. A tie against Rockridge, a loss to Andover puts that number 1 seed very much in doubt. But to have any chance at that number 1 seed, they need to win over Denfeld tonight. Duluth Denfeld comes in with a record of 9-11, and we'll talk to head coach Dale Jago a little bit later in the pregame show, who feels they are not overmatched against Grand Rapids, and that when they've been at full strength, they can play with anyone in Section 7AA. For the Thunderhawks, it's clean up the little mistakes. They've been competitive. They feel like they should have won probably against Rockridge. Let that game get away late into a 4-4 tie, and then a 4-2 loss with the final goal being an empty netter down in Andover on Saturday. This is the pregame show as Grand Rapids comes in at with a record of 14-7-1 and finishing up their season against Duluth Denfeld tonight. Benilde St. Margaret's, the Red Knights come in on Saturday and then down to Hermantown on Tuesday, a week from tonight, to finish off the regular season and head into playoffs. As you can hear, the band's here, and we have a good time in store here at Yanmar Arena. We'll take our first break and come back with Super Joe recap of the loss against Andover on Saturday. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Three, then Joe's segment, then 2 and back to me. How about? What?
Do you have 1 moment or go back out?
I got 2 minutes, and I didn't get any of their pronouncers, so I'm guessing like you. Decambeliza. That's how I'm going. Do you know if it's Harju or Harju?
I was going to ask about that one, but
I've normally heard Harju, but I've heard both.
yeah, it's hard to say, I guess. Yeah,
I'm going to go with Harju.
that's the bad night name, that's what makes sense.
Yeah. Welcome back to the pregame show on J105 with Dale Jago, head coach, Duluth Denfeld Hunters, and second year in AA for Duluth Denfeld, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I guess how is it going for Duluth Denfeld? Are you happy with that move?
Yeah, I'm really happy with the move. It's just been a kind of a roller coaster year here. We had some injuries and some eligibility problems at the start, so we got off to an 0-6 start and lost some of our important section games. Got it back to 500 and had a really good game against Sartell on Friday night this past weekend, and then failed to get off the bus against Alexandria on the Saturday. So we'll see how we play tonight, but AA is where I want to be.
Well, and it looks like there's been some very good results mixed in this year, probably when you've had your full team.
Yeah, when we've had our full roster, we won our Christmas tournament and knocked off a couple good teams there. Park Cottage Grove being the best team in the tournament. So, yeah, it's if we could just keep guys healthy and sick instead of being sick and injured and ineligible, our record would reflect a little bit differently.
And with that, but I guess seeding-wise, it doesn't matter that much. You're going to have to beat everyone to go through. It's let's win 3 games and go.
Well, let's be honest with yourself. It's nice to play at home. Yeah. I don't know if we get tonight, which is a tall order for us. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how we play tonight. But if we get tonight and Thursday, I think we might have a chance to be in the top 4. So. That's a home playoff spot, so our goal is to get to Amsoil.
Yeah, well, and like you said, having that quarterfinal game at home makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, I don't want to go on the road, but, having said that, we played Forest Lake. It looks like right now we would probably play Forest Lake if everything stayed the same. So we played them at the start of the year with we were shorthanded in a lot of areas, most importantly in our goaltending area. So, yeah, I look forward to playing them again.
Well, and you mentioned a tall order tonight, but what is it? I'm sure there's confidence there if you get out and play your game. What does it take to upset a Grand Rapids tonight?
Well, we got to be solid. I know how hard they work. I know I've coached against Clafton for years. I know how his teams work. I know how they like to possess the puck in the offensive zone, and they're usually physical, and especially in their home rink here. So it's but no, if we come to play, it'll be a good hockey game. I don't think we're terribly outmatched. I know they got a hell of a goaltender, and we got a hell of a goaltender too. So we'll see what happens in each and every zone on the rink.
Okay, well, it's good to talk to you again, Coach,
yeah.
And good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
And that is head coach of the Duluth Denfeld Hunters, Dale Jago, as we get closer to game time. Always love it when the band's here. Maybe a little bit later arriving crowd, but actually it's only 6:45. We're going to get next to last game of the year. We're going to get the varsity game underway on time for the first time this year, I believe.
Yeah, we've had some late pre-games, some things like that. Parking lot, at least in the back, is pretty full. So I think, as you said, maybe a slower arriving crowd here tonight. But it should fill up a little bit more here this evening.
And Grand Rapids winning the JV game 13-1, as 8 skaters was all that Duluth Denfeld had, at least in the second and third period.
That's tough to win that way, Sheldon.
It is. I think players were coming to the bench and guys on the bench saying, no, just stay on a little longer.
How about the varsity roster for Denfeld? Did that look a little more sizable?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
So, I think they'll have a full complement here for the varsity game. Certainly Grand Rapids favored, and certainly Grand Rapids kind of looking to regain a little mojo after a loss and a tie last week.
Yeah, I think so. Last week was the biggest week on their regular season schedule with those 3 section games, and not quite the results that they wanted. Yeah, got the win over Duluth Marshall, and but then the Rockridge tie and the loss to Andover. I think I said this last Tuesday. This is a good get-right game. Right here is another opportunity to really get the ship back in the winning direction as they get toward playoffs very soon.
We'll take another break, come back with Grant Clafton, head coach of the Thunderhawks, on the pregame show on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Give me a 2. 2! That's just for our YouTube feed. They can know why Sheldon and Joe aren't part of the cheerleading squad.
Oh, there's many reasons. One of them being we're too athletic.
Oh,
is what I was told.
Wow. Just wow. I can even say it backwards. Wow. Over the YouTube feed. So after the interview with Clafton, he said, what I wanted to say was, the referee was fucking awful down at Andover, but I didn't. Welcome back to the pregame show on J105 with Grant Clafton, head coach Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. And let's rewind to Saturday, and I guess just give me your thoughts on the game, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I thought Andover had a pretty good team, which we expected them to have. I mean, their schedule is so front end loaded, and that wasn't a surprise that they were a highly competitive team at all. And I thought for the most part we played pretty well, and it was a good hockey game. We got to cut down on some of our mistakes. I guess if there's any positives to take out of the last couple games, it's that the mistakes that we're making are detailed mistakes, lack of detail, and they're going in the back of the net, and it's a great warning.
This is what we need to change.
Yeah, and in the dry rehearsal. So, I thought it was a good game, and unfortunately we didn't come out on top. I think we're good enough to. I think the kids believe they're good enough to, but we got to clean up those mistakes.
Well, and I guess seeing Rockridge last week and Andover, you've kind of seen what Section 7 AA has to offer now.
Yeah, there's no surprises. I mean, it is what it is, and we've seen them all, or after tonight we'll have seen them all, and I mean, everybody's always trying to get the 1 seed, because anytime you're trying to place in anything, you want to be the best, right? But I mean, if you're trying to position yourself for an easy run through the playoffs, that's the wrong mentality to have, because that playoff is going to run through Andover at some point.
Well, I don't think there's any question, and whatever that 2-3 semifinal ends up being is going to be a good game.
It will be, and I mean, and like I said, I mean, it's the road runs through Andover no matter which way you cut it. Whoever goes, it's probably going to have to play them.
Taking on Duluth Denfeld tonight, final section game of the year, and this is a team that's been a little up and down, but they've had some results that look pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, they're a well-coached team. Coach Jago gets a lot of yardage out of his group of guys, and we know we're going to be in for a fight tonight. They play us hard every year, so they have a lot of pride. This Section 7 AA matchup, they're battling for seeding. We're battling for seeding. I mean, it's a big game.
And I guess as you look at it, is that number 1 seed still possibly there or not really?
I think so. But I've also seen how the folks vote. And, I mean, I guess the only frustration that I have with the whole thing is that Andover plays 2 teams, and Anoka, But I mean, just thinking about it, do we deserve the 1 seed? I don't know. Does Rock Ridge deserve the 1 seed? I don't know. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, why do we get penalized for the Andover loss and Rock Ridge gets a freebie into the
because they didn't play them.
No, and our common opponents, we've beat everybody that they've lost to.
Right,
so
right.
It's hard to say how it'll go. Like I said, I'm not really worried about it. We're prepping to play whoever we play, and that's how we'll approach it.
In the old days, that used to be a face-to-face meeting. Is there a different dynamic in a face-to-face meeting rather than on
because
the internet?
you have to stand behind what you say, and you have to have facts, and you have to be able to back up your arguments. The internet is just nothing more than a keyboard warrior. I can vote this way, and no one will know, and there's no positioning,
there's no accountability,
and no points to be made. I think the only one that I think is probably locked up is probably Forest Lake with the 4 seed.
So you think Rock Ridge, you and Andover are 1, 2, 3 in some order?
I would think so. I mean, we got to win tonight, obviously, but I would think in some order that's the.
And then after this, you end up with 2 non-section games to finish the season that are both highly competitive. You like that, right?
Yeah, we like it. I mean, it was the same way we finished last year, and I mean, it's a good way to get ready for the playoffs. That we get a week off, and collect ourselves, sharpen up, and play for when it counts.
Well, the scrimmages are almost over, Coach.
They're coming to an end,
and then every game is do or die. Well, good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you on Saturday.
All right, thanks, Sheldon.
And that is head coach of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, Grant Clafton, as both teams back out on the ice as the band strikes up. And are we going to get this game underway early? I don't think so.
Not quite, but maybe right on time.
Right on time, dead on. Hats off to Dale Christie.
Real good chat there with Coach Clafton. A lot of good stuff to chew on there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, sometimes Grant is more critical of his team when they win than when they lose. You notice that?
Yeah, and I think one important thing is he recognizes, and the team recognizes, where the mistakes are happening, what they are, and that they're ending up in the back of the net, versus sometimes you'll hear some players, some coaches say, I don't know, we're trying to figure it out. We wish we had the answer. And they're able to see mistakes and hopefully clean them up.
Time for starting lineups brought to you by Skoglund Electric. They are proud to be your hometown electrician, proud to support all Thunderhawk sports, and proud to provide first-rate electrical service work in the Grand Rapids area. The visiting Duluth Denfeld Hunters, Liam Fish in net, 8-7-0, a 3.35 goals against average, and an 8.91 save percentage. On defense, number 17, Bruno de Cambeliza, 11 assists. He is a junior. Vinny Udd at the other defense. He is just a sophomore, 2 goals, 3 assists. Liam Doyle and Nolan Haryu and John Scott up front, number 11, number 12, and number 18. For the Thunderhawks, Carter Casey and net, 8-7-1, 2.72 goals against average. And the save percentage still above 90% at 9.15. Luka Roloff and Colton Stupar will start at defense, and up front it will be Jamison Duell, flanked on either wing by sophomore Andrew Ryla and captain Nathan Garski. Garski, 12 goals, 19 assists, top point getter for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Those are your starting lineups, and again, brought to you by Skoglund Electric. When you need electrical work done, contact Skoglund Electric. Personal hometown service, personable and hardworking, and a proud supporter of hardworking Thunderhawk sports. Thunderhawks being introduced. I was wondering whether Ryder Miskovich would get one more start during the season, but I think Coach Clafton really wanting to get Carter Casey some work and get him really sharp for the playoffs.
Yeah, toward the beginning of the season, Carter almost looked unbeatable, and then they hit the Edina Classic, and then some other top teams after that, and the goals against has gone up, and probably the last 4 or 5 games, Carter would probably tell you himself, I want a few of those back, and I think this is a prime opportunity to get the full confidence of Carter Casey back up here tonight, and then Saturday and next Tuesday before playoffs.
We'll take a break for the national anthem, come back with the drop of the puck on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Three minutes. And here we are at Yanmar Arena, ready for the drop of the puck. Grand Rapids in the home whites going right to left. And Duluth Denfeld in the maroon with white numbers, yellow trim going from left to right as Thunderhawks win the draw. Stupar goes to roll off. And the Thunderhawks throw it through center ice, but no one there for the pass. And just like that, 10 seconds in, that's the earliest IEDC icing we've had, I believe.
Hopefully not nearly as many as we've seen in some games here at home.
Exactly right. If you're looking to start, buy, or sell your business, call Itasca Economic Development Corporation. Off the face-off, shot and a goal by Duluth Denfeld. Comes right across the front, and Denfeld leads 1-0. And that goal will be scored by the assistant captain, Nolan Harju. Harju with his 15th of the season, and just like that, it's 1-0 Hunters.
We saw Andorila score on Thursday against Rockridge. Was that 12 seconds?
13, I believe.
All right.
Or no, 12.
Yeah,
12 or 13.
Well, tonight we have 13 seconds, and this time it goes against Grand Rapids with the Harju goal, putting Rapids in an early hole.
Puck into the Duluth Denfeld zone, and covering it there is Fish. John Scott gets one of the assists. Did you catch the other one?
That's the only one.
The only one.
Yep.
Face off to the right, Fish. As the puck goes into the corner. Picked up there by Brady Wick. Throws it up the boards. Puck still deep in the zone. Wick will try the far side as Stupar tries to pinch in, and now out come the Hunters. Casey stops that, but it's taken away by Alexander Odd. Odd back to the point, kept in there as the puck deep in the Grand Rapids zone. On the far side, Thunderhawks now will get it out to center. Palachek, long shot in. Fish turns that aside as the Thunderhawks change up. Puck into the Grand Rapids zone. Roloff tries to move it ahead. It's pinched on the hash marks as Carpenter now backhands it up the boards, and the Thunderhawks get out to center ice. Oh, puck. Bymark looked like he had some room, but that was stopped at center ice. Now the puck back into the zone as DeCambeliza goes in after it against the forecheck of Dylan Clayton. Back to the point to Salisbury. He'll just flip it into the corner. Clayton now to Drennan. Drennan tries to turn, but unfortunately the puck didn't turn with him. Coming the other way, trying to backhand it in front was Scott as the puck comes to the side of the net, and back come the Thunderhawks. Here comes Duell. Duell stick handles down the side, puts on the brakes, looks for help, tries to go back to the point to Salisbury, but shoots it outside the zone. Thunderhawks will try it again as it's backhanded to the line by Garski. Intercepted and shot into the Grand Rapids zone. Casey gets it to Ryla. Stopped initially. Now Salisbury has to turn in his own zone. Off the wall to Ryla. Ryla's pass hits a skate. And right now Thunderhawks passing just not quite connecting.
Yeah, they've had no sustained pressure or really puck possession in the Denfeld end yet. And the Hunters once again out to center ice, but a nice takeaway quickly there from Duell.
Garski tries to find it. Instead, it will come to Brady Wick. Wick behind the net, gets it out to center. Stupar stops it at the red line. Thunderhawks shoot it in. After it on the forecheck is Will Miskovich. Fish goes up the far side. Scott can't get it out. Palachek on the forecheck. Now Brady Wick shoots it out down the ice. It'll be an icing call on the Hunters, brought to you by Itasca Economic Development Corporation. 13:43 to go, period one, and a 1-0 Duluth Denfeld lead.
Where would you rather be on a Tuesday night in Grand Rapids than the Cliff Calpe venue here in Grand Rapids? Bill McDonald venue down the way as well, in the beautiful Yanmar Arena facility, and the outdoor ice at the pavilion too. Looks great.
Yes, the Miners Pavilion, and we're in the Larry Johnson press box. Longtime play-by-play voice for KOZY. Harju now. Center ice goes into the corner, and for Grand Rapids, it's this first line that you got to watch. I think has pretty much all the points for Duluth Denfeld. There's not a lot after this. Now Palachek goes down the wall, taking off the puck. Deep into the corner is Senich. Senich moves it up the boards. Clayton tries to keep it in, still fighting for it. Keeps it at the hash marks for a bit. As Wick falls in front of his own net. Puck comes to the point, not out. Shot toward the net twice, neither time gets through, and the puck now out to center. Salisbury moves it ahead to Drennan. Drennan takes a shot, right on, rebound, goes over the net from Salisbury. Long pass ahead, and it's going to be an icing call on Duluth Denfeld. Best chance of the night of the early game here for Grand Rapids off the Drennan rebound.
Yeah, and great work by Ryan Bymark as well to go right to the net. Made a little contact with the netminder, and then there was another shot shortly after there for Rapids as the faceoff is back in the Hunters' end.
Thunderhawks have their number one line out as it comes to the point, and Kingsley gets it out to center. Shot hits a skate and goes wide off Alexander Udd's stick at the hash marks. Ryla tries to get it ahead twice, but shot back into the Grand Rapids zone. Now a pass intercepted out front, still in front. Casey, I believe, had to make a save there, and now out comes Garski. Garski through center ice, looks for some room, takes a shot right on, and Fish makes the save and holds for the face-off.
Fish reeling that one in fairly easily there.
Yeah.
Grand Rapids Hockey is brought to you by, speaking of fishing, Ray Sport Marine.
Oh, there
one
you
of
go.
The sponsors.
Well, I was thinking of a fish reeling something in.
Right. Oh, that's where I was going.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you need a boat from Ray's to do
there
your
you
fishing.
go. There you go.
We also want to thank Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, Mr. Furnace, and Grand Rapids State Bank.
Face-off fought for. DeCambeliza puts it behind his net, shoots it out to center. They say no icing as it hit Roloff stick, according to the referee. Roloff brings it up to Bymark at the hash marks on the near side. Fought for, scrum in the corner as Bymark still fights for it. Trying to dig it out as well was Drew Doyle. Who's going to come away with it? It is Bymark finally out to center ice. Has Roloff going with him as he puts it in deep. DeCambeliza goes to the far side. That's kept in by the Thunderhawks. Puck shot in, but retrieved, shot out down the ice, and it'll be another Itasca Economic Development Corporation icing call.
We do have more Thunderhawk sports going on tonight over on KOZY. It's Grand Rapids boys basketball as they're hosting Cloquet. Marcus Lind on the call if you want to check that game out as well.
Roloff shot. I think that hit a skate right before it got to Fish. Behind the net is Wick. Wick turns off the glass a little higher, and that gets Super Joe.
Saw my life flash before my eyes.
But it stays in play. Senich goes to the far side, shoots it down the ice, no icing. As Casey stops, takes a look, and he'll backhand it to the point, but not out. Shot deflected up over the net and into the netting behind Casey. 1-0 Duluth Denfeld on a goal 13 seconds in. Shots on goal are 2 apiece, and you're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey.
That was Nolan Harju with the goal, the lone assist to John Scott, as you said, at just the 13-second mark of this one.
Face off to the right of Casey. Back to the point, won by Duluth Denfeld. Long shot goes wide. Rebounds to the half wall. Thunderhawks get it outside the zone. Ryla almost intercepting. And now DeCambeliza back in his own zone. Takes a look, goes for the long pass. It's deflected into the Grand Rapids zone. Back to get it is Salisbury. He's out there on defense with Carpenter. Backhanded behind the net. Carpenter up to Ryla. Off the boards, but not out. Carpenter will try it again. This time he'll lead the rush. Goes far side for Duell. Duell's shot turned aside on the short side. Puck out in front. Shot from Salisbury doesn't go in. Oh, Garski couldn't get it over the pad of the goaltender, Fish. Puck out in front. Fish has lost his goal stick. Now the puck comes out and the stick close enough that Fish able to pick it back up.
Can we give a save of the game to the opposing goaltender?
No, we cannot, but that should be.
Wow,
that
what
was
a
whale of a
save.
save
Man.
on Garski. Drennan on the wall. Nice move to get out of the zone. Thunderhawks with some space, shot right on, and Fish makes the save and holds for the face-off.
Yeah, Fish stretching out moments ago, getting that pad out to rob Nathan Garski, and keeping this a 1-0 Denfeld lead. Thunderhawks now getting a little bit more pressure in the Hunter end.
Clayton on the draw. Puck still fought for, comes out in front. Bymark's shot goes wide of the net. Clayton goes after it behind the net. Drennan there as well. As the puck comes to the near side, Drennan takes a hit. Still fighting for it along the boards. DeCambeliza rolls it to the other side. Puck put back behind the net. Clayton tries to fight through a check. Drennan back there as well. Clayton will come up with the puck for a moment. Now a little bit of room for Drennan. Gets it back to the point. Now moved by Bymark, has some room, shot right on, and Fish makes the save. Pinching in is Roloff. Boy, I was looking for the hand pass. We didn't get it. Roloff keeps it in the zone. Now it comes out to center. Clayton was headed toward the bench, and the puck came right into his skates. They're yelling at him, play the puck, and he did.
It's one of those unpleasant surprises, unless you're like right in front of the opposing
Now here's
net.
Miskovic to the far side, shot right on by Palachuk, and Fish makes the save. Boy, that 2-on-1 developed quickly.
Sure did, yeah. Basically out of nowhere, just a little traffic near center ice, and all of a sudden 2-on-1 rush the other way. And like we mentioned, kind of started with the puck in between Clayton's skates near the bench.
Puck comes behind the net, comes to Harju. Harju, long pass ahead and just beyond a stretching Liam Doyle, and will come all the way back in the Duluth Denfeld zone for a face-off after the Itasca Economic Development Corporation icing call.
That was a whistler of a pass. That one had some air underneath it and almost got to the end boards without a hop.
Gunderson on the draw, wins it back to the point to Salisbury. His shot right on, and Fish makes the save and holds for another face-off.
Thunderhawk Hockey also brought to you by Atchison Tire, Northern Star Cenex Co-op, Benders, S&S Meats, M&H Convenience Store, and Super One Foods.
And remind you that S&S Meats is the sponsor of the first period YouTube stream. Puck comes back to the point. Here's Salisbury, takes a shot right on, and Fish again takes that right off the Denfeld logo and holds it for a face-off.
Yeah, check out the YouTube. Just search KOZY Sports, and you'll get a crystal clear picture and great audio quality as well of this hockey game. You won't see Sheldon and myself. The world isn't ready for that, although I did watch the other night a little bit of your right side.
Puck in front, shot, goal on the rebound. Duell puts it in, and we're tied. Duell's 12th of the season. He actually ties Garski for the goal lead now as Grand Rapids ties it up at 1.
Yeah, that one very quickly after a faceoff. Grand Rapids gets the puck to the net, and then Duell there waiting for the rebound, and he puts it by Fish to tie this thing up at 1 as all of a sudden shots 12-3 Grand Rapids.
Yeah, they were 2-2 at one point. So the Thunderhawks, their forecheck starting to bother the Hunters as the puck comes out to neutral ice. Back to get it is Roloff. Roloff to Garski. Garski slaps it off the glass. Ryla goes after it, applying the forecheck against DeCambeliza. Pinching in is Carpenter. And now the puck is thrown around the far side. That's down the ice for another icing. And right now, yeah, and you just kind of felt it coming, that it was a matter of time before Grand Rapids got the equalizer.
Yeah, and that goal will read Jamison Duell at 9:15. The assist to Anderila and Job Carpenter.
Face off to the left of Liam Fish. Dylan Clayton taking the draw against Tristan Nephew. Right on the shot. Oh, Clayton had an open net and directed it just wide. Now the puck comes to the side of the net, but it's picked up by Udd. Udd out to center ice. Thunderhawks stop it there. Bymark tries to backhand it ahead. Now he has it on the forehand. Tries a little tap pass to Clayton that doesn't connect, and it's back in the Grand Rapids zone. Back to get it is Rabers. Rabers up the far side to Drennan. Drennan makes a move and gets it into the zone. Clayton tries to dig it out, can't do it. Drennan and Clayton applying the forecheck as the puck comes right to the post, and Fish puts his trapper on it and holds it.
Yeah, I think Clayton, on his opportunity there, purposely paused for just a moment, and then that puck slipped off his stick a little bit off to the side. But Grand Rapids continues to turn this tide here after getting rattled 13 seconds in with that Denfeld goal.
Gunderson to take the draw. And he was going against his fellow number 2, Drew Doyle. Roloff pinches in, keeps it in at the hash marks as the puck still bouncing around. Palachek after it, Miskovich there as well. Couple Denfeld hunters as Miskovich gets worked over from behind. Kept in at the blue line by Gunderson, and Gunderson throws it at the net and scores. I believe that was tipped in by Miskovich.
I'm thinking so too. And what a tip. That thing went from low to high quite quickly, and Miskovich is leading the charge, celebrating with the teammates on the bench. So that'll be his goal as Grand Rapids takes a 2-1 lead.
For Miskovich, his 6th of the season. Gunderson gets his 3rd assist. And it's a 2-1 Rapids lead. And shots on goal now 15-3 Grand Rapids. Puck at neutral ice, and it pops into the Grand Rapids bench.
The assists are credited to Roloff and Palachek. That may be altered.
We need Mr. Burt to double check that. It was Gunderson who took that shot from the point. Roloff was pinching in, Gunderson was covering back.
Yeah, that'll likely be changed.
As the puck into the Grand Rapids zone, Salisbury takes a hit. Puck out in front. Shot goes over the net from DeCambeliza. Back to the point, another shot turned aside by Casey. Duell throws it behind the net to the far side. Played to the point, still not out. Another shot thrown toward the net. That one's intercepted. Thunderhawks out to center, but can't control it there. Now Duell will put it in deep. Thunderhawks making changes as Fish leaves it behind the net, and getting there first was Garski on the forecheck.
I think the Denfeld player thought the puck was going to end up on the other side.
Long shot goes wide of the net. Garski at the end of a line change. Rest of his line mates are off the ice. As Garski with the puck throws it to the open wing, and a shot right on. No one there for the rebound. That came right up the slot. There's a juicy rebound. Salisbury stops the puck at center ice. A Denfeld player is taken down, no penalty. Now the Thunderhawks back into the zone. Drennan centering pass, doesn't connect, and here comes Harju. Long shot by Harju, right on, and Casey leaves it for Roloff. Roloff. Oh, gets it through center ice, throws it for Bymark. Bymark couldn't quite find it as the puck at the half wall. Bymark backhands it down low. Wick Sweeps it around and out of the zone. Roloff gets it to Gunderson. Gunderson goes deep into the corner against Wick as they battle for it. Gunderson on the backhand. Turns. Shoots it just wide. Puck comes out front, goes wide again. Palachek back to the point to Carpenter. Carpenter to Roloff. Roloff puts on the brakes at the hash marks. Back to the blue line. Can't keep it in. Carpenter grabs it, puts it back into the zone, and right back out comes Firo. Now the Thunderhawks, a little bit of room coming in. Palachek has to slow it down. Puts it down low for Gunderson. Gunderson back to the point. Salisbury now to Rabers. Tips it past and on rushing forward. And back in deep as the Thunderhawks looking to complete the line change. Denfeld lifts it up, down the ice, icing call on the Hunters. Thunderhawks will get an offensive zone face-off. 3:08 to go, a 2-1 Grand Rapids lead on an Itasca Economic Development Corporation icing.
One of the neat things about sports is how quickly tides can change. Grand Rapids gets scored on 13 seconds in, and then you look up now, they lead 2-1 and lead in shots 16-5. Rapids certainly with the momentum here in the last 7-8 minutes or so.
Harju throws it out to center ice, stopped there by Salisbury. Comes in on the backhand, puts on the brakes at the hash marks. Back to the point to Rabers. His shot hits a stick and goes wide. Now Garski back to the point. Salisbury shot tipped in front by Duell. No one else could get to the puck, and it's thrown down the ice for another icing.
I'm not sure if Duell was trying to go to the forehand or it was just kind of a natural reaction to being knocked down, but he nearly ended up pulling it to the forehand as he was getting knocked down in front, trying to put that puck in, which would have been his second of the game.
2:40 to go, 2-1 Grand Rapids. Another IEDC icing has the face-off to the left of Liam Fish. Duell on the draw, going up against Nephew. And Duell gets kicked out, so we'll bring Garski in. Puck deep into the zone as Denfeld tries to bring it up the boards. Thunderhawks get the turnover. Back out in front to Duell. Couldn't quite get the puck on net. Into the corner goes Udd. Alexander Udd can't get it out. Now the Hunters still can't get it out as the Thunderhawks go after it in the corner. Back to the point now to Stupar. Stupar's shot in front, shot right on. And Fish makes the save and holds on. 2:10 to go and a 2-1 Grand Rapids lead.
Yeah, it looked like, I believe that was Duell there that tried to go for the tip, and it ended up just kind of stopping on his stick midway through, and then he had to turn around and kind of do something with it. You just never know where those deflections are going to end up, and that's one of the beauties of hockey. Except when it goes against your team. Then they're not as beautiful.
Stupar's shot goes just wide. Rebounds out to the near side. Palachek throws it back in. Gunderson gets the turnover and gets a shot on Fish. Now the puck out to center ice. Roloff back to get it. Roloff throws it out to center. Almost got the breakaway pass. Now Harju moves it to the far side where Doyle's pass, and the Thunderhawks are going to get a power play here with 1:37 left. Our first penalty of the game. As the Hunters will take a tripping penalty, I believe. And going to the box is John Scott. They call tripping or hooking?
I believe a trip. We will confirm.
Grooms Property Services power play as they do dock install and removal, barge services, boat and year-round storage. Thunderhawks power play looking to really get on track. They did power play at 19.1%, 75.9% on the Denfeld kill. Roll off, circle, shot, rebound, banging away at it is Clayton. Net off its moorings as Garski comes crashing in. Who else is crashing in there? That's a Duell. I think the message "go to the net" has been received loud and clear.
Sure has, yeah. Under pressure, there is fish. Somehow that puck does stay out. We are both wrong. A slash is
Okay.
called on that play on the penalty to John Scott.
Face-off will be to the left of Liam Fish. 1:41 to go in the power play, 1:17 in the period. A 2-1 Grand Rapids lead. They have Clayton Garski Duell out on the forward line with Ryla and Roloff on defense.
Fantastic chance for Grand Rapids to really crush any hopes of Denfeld getting back in this game here if they can get a power play marker before intermission or at the start of the next period.
Here's Roloff. Roloff, top of the circle, back to Ryla. Ryla, far side to Duell. He goes down low, looking backside for Roloff. Doesn't quite connect. Final minute of the period as Garski takes a shot that hits traffic and goes wide. Clayton now in the corner, back to Roloff. Roloff slides it over to Duell, back to Ryla. Ryla now to Roloff. Roloff, far side, goes through everybody, and Duell picks it up off the boards. Back to Ryla, now Roloff. Roloff, top of the circle, back to Ryla at the blue line. Far side, Duell. Down low for Garski, who's taken off the puck. Puck stays in. Ryla keeps it in. Gets it to Roloff. Now Duell will take a shot and score! Jamison Duell on the power play.
Just some incredible patience there, and equally as incredible puck movement by Grand Rapids. They waited, and waited to get the shot that they wanted, and Duell rips one home. That's his second of the evening to give Grand Rapids a 3-1 lead.
Power play goal. That sounds good. A goal in the final minute. That sounds good. And a 2-goal lead. That sounds good.
Everything sounds good.
It sounds good to me. And for Duell, he now takes over the team lead in goals with 13. Puck thrown back into the Denfeld zone. Comes to the near side. Palachek to Miskovich, who gets stapled to the wall as the period ends. Thunderhawks have a little rude awakening early in this game. 13-second mark falling behind. But they outshoot Denfeld 21-5 and take a 3-1 lead after one. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com. Three minutes, please. Yeah, I'm not often that sure about assists, but Gunderson gets an assist. Hasn't been corrected yet, but it will be. Back at Yanmar Arena where the band is in full cry. I got to see some bands in concert on Sunday, including the Grand Rapids band, high school band, and St. Olaf band. It's kind of fun.
Oh, very cool. Was that here in town?
Yeah,
or?
at the Rife.
Nice.
At the Rife.
Good performance, I would imagine.
Yes, it was. It was a lot of fun. As my wife dragged me there, but it was a good choice to drag me there.
Speaking of bands and whatnot, on my way in, I got here around 6:40 or so after coming over from the station, and the band was already in full force. Right behind me coming in at 6:40 was a trombone player.
Who was late.
He was late. Mr. Gunderson may have a chat with him, but I think he called that a tromboo-boo.
Oh, dear. 3-1 Grand Rapids after a period of play. The boo-boo for Grand Rapids was losing a face-off right off the bat in their own zone and giving up a goal 13 seconds in as Duluth Denfeld looked good at that point, but Grand Rapids came back, really dominated that period.
Yeah, you couldn't have responded much better if you're Grand Rapids. It took a little while. They didn't tie it up until the 9:15 mark with Duell's first of 2 on the night, but that was really a launching pad for what turned into a fairly dominant first period for the Thunderhawks as they rattle off 3 unanswered goals and outshoot the Hunters 21-5.
And I think Marv Bird is furiously trying to catch up on all of his stats. Doesn't have the third Grand Rapids goal up on his live scoreboard yet. A lot happened in the last few minutes.
It really did, yeah. And he'll get caught up in no time, I'm sure. Should we wave at him and tap our wrists like, hey, we're waiting, we're waiting?
Yeah, we could send him a text. Say, come on, where is it all? Get with it. Get with it, Marv.
Right.
Marv is always great at giving us a lot of extra stats and keeping the live scoreboard up online. 3-1 Grand Rapids after 1. We'll take a break, come back to run down first period stats on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Three minutes, please. I just get worried when I don't see the clearance, Daisy. Four goals scored in the first period. Grand Rapids leads 3-1. And running down now what he has so far, here's Super Joe.
It was the Hunters scoring very early in the first. A goal from Nolan Harju, assist to John Scott. That goal coming at the 13-second mark. Grand Rapids answers at 9:15 on a Jamison Duell goal. Assist to Andarila and Job Carpenter. And then at 10:51, it was Will Miskovich on a nifty deflection. Assist currently credited to Luka Roloff. That should be Caleb Gunderson. And then Luke Pawacek credited with an assist as well. And then a power play goal at 16:37. Second of the evening for Duell. Assist to Ryla and Roloff. A little R&R. And shots on goal in the first. 21-5 Grand Rapids.
Marv has shot attempts at 29-9 Grand Rapids. Blocks Grand Rapids with 3, Duluth Denfeld with 4. Hits 4 for Rapids, 9 for Duluth Denfeld. Face-off wins are even at 12 apiece, 50%, and scoring chances 6-2 Grand Rapids, and they score on 3 of those 6. And for Grand Rapids, it's interesting to me, Duell scoring on just a dirty goal, just working in front, tapping in a rebound, and then scoring on an absolute snipe shot from the face-off circle.
Yeah,
Two very different goals.
Very much so, yeah, and that's what good hockey players can do. And Jamison Duell is certainly one of those. Really coming into his own this season as a top contributor for the Thunderhawks.
Again, he does take over the team lead in goals with those two. He now has 13, leading Nathan Garski, who has 12 on the season. And Grand Rapids, again, as you said, out shooting the Hunters 21-5 in that period. Now you need to build on that. They had 2-goal leads twice against Rockridge and couldn't finish it off, and ending up with that 4-4 tie. Here's where you come out and you don't leave it at 2. You make it 3 and maybe 4, and then the air goes out of the balloon.
Yeah, and even last Tuesday against Duluth Marshall, Rapids really didn't put it far, far away until midway through the game and then into the third period. If they really keep up the momentum here, make it a 4-1, 5-1 game early in the second, that should quash any hope here for the Hunters as the teams switch ends. Denfeld ready to go, Rapids gathering by the bench. And a lot of talk right now about section seedings and whatnot, but you just got to play the team in front of you no matter what. And yeah, you want the 1 ideally, but I think Rapids would be okay with the 2 as well.
Well, the one thing that I thought of is that last game of the season, which ends up not being a section game against Hermantown, if that ends up being kind of for the number 1 seed, if Grand Rapids can defeat Hermantown, of course, a win over Rockridge earlier in the year, that makes a huge difference. Actually, I say that Rockridge beat Hermantown in overtime. Can you look that up for me?
I can.
Puck in the Grand Rapids zone out front and knocked away as a centering pass intercepted by Garski. He'll backhand it not quite out of the zone. Roloff bangs it up the boards, doesn't get it out. Puck comes in front. Grand Rapids takes it away. Here comes Garski. Garski pass to the far side to Duell. Duell goes in hard behind the net. Still fighting for it. Garski and Duell behind the Duluth Denfeld net. Garski tries to come out in front. He'll get the puck back to Stupar. That shot turned aside with the blocker of Fish, and now tipped into the Grand Rapids zone, and back to get it is Stupar. Stupar comes out, puts it into the Duluth Denfeld zone. And the Hunters get it out to center ice, shoot it into the Grand Rapids zone. You find it?
Yeah, it was a 1-0 Rockridge win over Hermantown.
In overtime. Now here comes Palachek. This is a 2-on-0. Palachek to Gunderson. Back to Palachek, and they score. A 2-on-0 from the blue line in, and they go back and forth and back, and Palachek puts it in.
Yeah, and that's what Grand Rapids wanted. Keep that momentum going that you had midway through the first and later part of the first. You get right back to it here early in the second. Can't draw it up more nicely than a 2-on-0 rush. And Grand Rapids executes it well. Tough spot for a goaltender. You know what's going to happen, and you can't really do much about it.
All you can hope is the puck bounces or something happens, it goes off a stick. And do you think Gunderson may get an assist on that one?
If not, Marv needs to go to the optometrist.
Or the referee.
Or that. Yeah.
As the puck behind the Duluth Denfeld net, it's now 4-1 Grand Rapids. Denfeld out to center ice, long shot in by Doyle. Puck rings the boards, goes to the far side, kept in by Smith. Salisbury stapled to the boards by Doyle. And now Carpenter chases the puck into the corner, puts it ahead to Drennan. Drennan, now Clayton get it out to center ice, back into the zone, and stopped there by Fish. DeCambeliza is bothered by the forecheck of Drennan, and finally having to go back for it is Senich. Senich gets it ahead to Scott. Scott takes a shot off the pipe. That hit iron and goes into the netting behind Casey. That's quite a snipe shot by John Scott, and may have, well, it did beat Casey. It got behind him, and Casey now readjusting the equipment. Right now kind of looks like he's in a straitjacket, doesn't it?
Kind of, yes.
As now gets the arm out and says, I'm good to go. Just the single assist on the Palachek goal goes to Caleb Gunderson. Being they passed it back and forth like 3 times, tough for anyone else to get an assist.
Very true.
Duell chases it into the zone. Brady Wick there as well. Thunderhawks pick it up, find Ryla. Oh, it goes off the end of his stick. Ryla was lining up a shot from the high slot. Scott comes back in against Rabers, taken into the boards behind the net. As the Thunderhawks tap it ahead to Ryla. Ryla puts on the brakes. Puck comes back to Rabers. Rabers goes far side as the puck bounces in and goes past the net. It'll be an icing call on the Thunderhawks.
Grand Rapids Hockey is brought to you by L&M Fleet Supply, Itasca Reliable Insurance, CarQuest Auto Parts, Northland Portables, Paul Bunyan Communications, and Woodland Bank.
The icing brought to you by Itasca Economic Development Corporation. If you're looking for a place to take your idea to reality, learn more about The Forge today from IEDC. Puck out in front, they score! How did that happen? I believe, I don't know if it went off of Denfeld player or off of Gunderson, but it gets behind Casey and it's 4-2.
Alexander Udd first through the celebration line, so appears he'll get credited for the goal. Yeah, there was an odd deflection and may have bounced off a Rapids player. Nonetheless, all of a sudden, a 2-goal game.
Just like that. Kind of an odd goal. An odd goal.
There you go.
Thunderhawks win the draw. It comes to Roloff. And if it is Alexander Udd, that is his first point of the season.
It is. It was also unassisted.
As the puck in the Duluth Denfeld zone gets thrown out to the blue line. Palachek can't control it, and we're going to have a penalty called on Palachek, as trying to jump past him was Alexander Udd, and Palachek took him down.
Well, we talked in the first period how quickly momentum can change, and of course sometimes it can change against your team. And if Denfeld pops one in here on the power play, we're back to a 1-goal game all of a sudden.
It is a Grooms Property Services penalty kill, and they specialize in lawn care, landscaping, lot clearing, and shoreline tree removal. Face off to the right of Casey, and Denfeld on the power play. They have a 22% power play. Scott, shot goes high and over the net. Back to the point on the far side to Harju. Harju to Wick, now Scott. Back to Harju on the far side. Gets it to Scott, his shot right on, rebound. Goes past Tristan Nephew on the near side. Behind the net, Carpenter looks for room, gets it partway to the blue line. Thunderhawks unable to get it out, still can't get it out. Rabers finally does, and Garski with a little bit of room. Garski cuts in front, can't take the puck with him. Nice defensive play. Getting back was John Scott, I believe. He's not usually a defenseman. That's a good back check.
That was a wonderful poke check there to stop Garski, who's one of his specialties is rushes, sometimes breakaways back the other way.
Puck goes to the far side, drop back to the point to Harju. Harju to DeCambeliza. Now comes to Scott. Scott, top of the face-off circle. Back to DeCambeliza. DeCambeliza over to Harju. Harju couldn't find a lane as Drennan came out to take it away. Now Scott, backside to Harju. Harju gets it off the boards under pressure. Puck comes in front and it's cleared out to center. Drennan will get to it. Has Duell going for the net. Shot right on. Fish makes the save. Had Duell actually behind him, but corralled the rebound.
Yeah, the puck drifted just a little bit farther away from Drennan than he wanted. Does put the puck on net, and like you said, Duell right in Fish's kitchen saying, "Hello, neighbor, I'm here.
I want a hat trick.
Can I borrow some salt and maybe a goal?"
I'd like a hat trick. You know, even power play penalty, shorthanded. That's a good hat trick. 18 seconds left in the Denfeld power play. 4-2 Grand Rapids as Denfeld comes into the zone. DeCambeliza shot off the glove of Casey. Grand Rapids turns, gets it out to center. That should about do it for the Grand Rapids penalty. As back on the ice is Palachek. Thunderhawks get a stick on that pass. Now Roloff in his own zone. Roloff with speed, gains the line. Has the puck poked off his stick, and Denfeld comes the other way. Thunderhawks quickly put it back in the Denfeld zone. Fish under a forecheck from Gunderson puts it to the near side. Cruising in is Miskovich. Thunderhawks get it back to the point. Ryla comes to Stupar. His shot goes wide of the net. Puck out in front, and they score! Oh, comes back off the post, and I believe maybe goes off the back of the goaltender, or it was helped in by Andrew Ryla. Either way, it's a 5-2 Grand Rapids lead.
Yeah, Ryla will get credit for the goal. He was kind of fixing his jersey quite a bit there on his way out of that mini scrum. Not entirely sure how it went in. There were several bodies there, but number 8 for Rapids, Mr. Ryla will get the goal.
Ryla, his 10th goal as a sophomore. He's had a great sophomore season. Here comes Duell. Duell, shot goes over the net, and it rebounds all the way out and down the ice. Casey will leave it there for Stupar. Stupar for Roloff. Now Ryla tips it out to center. Wick stops it there. Ryla intercepts it, loses an edge along the boards as the puck comes deep into the corner, and Denfeld out to center ice. Garski takes his man down, and the puck back into the Duluth Denfeld zone. Thunderhawks restore the 3-goal lead with the Ryla goal as the puck launched in, and it'll go over the glass and off the netting.
And the assists on the goal For Ryla, they go to Will Miskovich and Luka Roloff.
Roloff piling up some assists. One we think is a phantom assist, but he's piling up the others too.
Yeah, that's at least, let's see.
At least 2, right?
Yes, yes.
And right now credited with 3. Salisbury puts it up the boards. Miskovich can't control it. Back to the point. Shot goes wide of the net. Picked up by Palachek. Palachek has Gunderson crashing toward the net. Puck thrown up behind the net. Gunderson gets there first, gets it to Palachek. Back to the point, and it goes down the ice, but no icing. Casey leaves it there for Miskovich. Miskovich with a little bit of speed. Miskovich gains the blue line, puts on the brakes. Shot goes wide. Rebounds to the point, kept in nicely by Salisbury. DeCambeliza now chases it in his own zone as the Thunderhawks make changes. Get organized as DeCambeliza gains the red line and shoots it in. Salisbury moves it up the boards and now through center ice. Clayton taps it in deep. Wick going after it as well as Vinny Udd. Udd tries to move it up the boards. He will get it out to center. A little drag move by Alexander Udd doesn't work as Clayton tries to poke it back the other way. Now Duluth Denfeld will get it out to center and shot in by Alexander Udd. Casey moves it around the boards, comes to the half wall, not out initially, still not out as DeCambeliza gets a shot on net. Casey turns that aside. Now Roloff, little touch pass for Drennan. Nice move ahead, gets it to Bymark, tried to get it back to Drennan, that didn't connect. Now Bymark's shot goes high and over the net. To the point, just gets past Bymark. Turning is Duell. Duell comes back in, but the puck back out to center ice. Ryla turns with it. Beautiful pass ahead to Garski. Goes off Garski's stick. Back comes DeCambeliza working in against Carpenter. Takes a shot, goes wide. Nice defensive play by Carpenter to keep him to the outside. Puck deep into the Duluth Denfeld zone. 7:22 to go in the second period. 5-2 Grand Rapids. Puck out to center.
Not much for whistles in the last couple of minutes
we've
here.
been moving. Garski winds through center ice. Gains the blue line. Takes a look out front. Drives behind the net. Still with the puck. Comes out the other side to the blue line. Slides it to Stupar. Back to Garski, who couldn't control it initially. Now Duell, far side. Salisbury's shot goes wide and ends up over the glass and in the netting.
Yeah, it looked like the puck possession was going to fall apart there, kind of close to the blue line, edge of the circles or so for Grand Rapids. And then a couple of nifty pokes, they were able to hang on to the puck and throw it towards Fish in the net.
6:49 to go second period, a 5-2 Grand Rapids lead. Puck at the half wall. As players fight for it, Witt comes away with it for Duluth Denfeld. Moves it up the far side as the Hunters come out to center. Chasing it into the zone is Udd. Thunderhawks clear it. Alexander Udd has a goal for Duluth Denfeld. Brings it back in. Shot right on. Casey with the save. Puck goes behind Casey behind the net. Roloff out to Miskovich. Miskovich taps it ahead. Goes after it against DeCambeliza, who throws it back to the blue line. And now out to center. Working in is Scott. John Scott throws it out front. That's blocked by Salisbury. And he gets it out to center. Puck deflected into the Grand Rapids zone. Roloff turns away from pressure twice. And now the puck taken away from him. Salisbury will tap it to the far side. Bymark Takes a hit from Liam Doyle, but gets it out to center as Clayton is hooked down, no call. And
There's a call.
And Clayton comes back and takes revenge for the for the hook and ends up getting a call himself.
Yeah, sometimes it's the retaliatory play that will get you sent off to the box, and that's what happens to Clayton as the Hunters will get a power play with 5:22 to go in the second, a 5-2 Grand Rapids lead.
Rockridge leading Duluth East 2-0 early in the second period, that report. And here it's a Grooms Property Services penalty kill for the Thunderhawks. Grooms Property Services has been providing lawn care services, many landscaping services, and seasonal property cleanup in the greater Grand Rapids area for over 12 years. Thunderhawks have killed one penalty and have a power play goal. They're 1 for 1 on the power play, and Duluth Denfeld 0 for 1. Puck comes back to the point, kept in by Wick. Wick to Scott. He'll go far side to Harju. Harju now to Wick. Wick to Scott, down low. Comes back to the point to Wick. Boy, the puck movement looked good, but there wasn't a shot on net out of it. Now Scott down low. They trying to go in tight. On the side was Tristan Nephew. He'll come back to the point to Scott. That shot goes wide of the net. Salisbury gets it behind the net and slaps it down the ice. Here come the Hunters now, out to center. Coming up the far side, they gain the line. Going in, Salisbury taking Harju off the puck. And Roloff taps it ahead to Gunderson. Gunderson takes a look, goes back to Roloff. Roloff to Garski. Garski back to the point, and Gunderson says, well, it'd be kind of tough to keep it in the zone. So he rags it all the way back into his own zone, then takes a look, tries to find Garski with the breakaway pass and almost succeeds.
Just kind of some casual keep away in the Grand Rapids end, and all of a sudden the other way, near a break there for Garski.
27 seconds left in the Duluth Denfeld power play as Duell takes it away. Duell drives for the net, goes to Garski, who can't get the one-timer in. Puck was bouncing on him and got a piece of it, but didn't get it on net. Now the Hunters will finally get it outside the zone. 6 seconds left in the Denfeld power play as the shot goes high and over the net. As Drennan gets it to Duell. Duell drop pass back to Drennan. Shot right on. Rebound. Oh, Clayton can't get it in. Now it comes back to the point. Kept in by Carpenter. It's tipped. Pad save by Fish. Both teams at full strength. Shot right on. And the rebound comes to the near side. Rabers keeps it in once, but the second time comes past him down the ice. No icing as Roloff picks it up. Roloff now to Dylan Clayton. Clayton stick handles in. Backhands it behind the net for Roloff. Roloff. Centering pass. Almost for Dylan Clayton, but it doesn't connect. Out front by Mark. Can't get the shot on net. Back to the point. Rabers keeps it in again. Kept in this time by Gunderson. Skips wide of the net. Thunderhawks haven't had a lot of puck control, but they have not allowed the puck outside the zone either. 2:12 to go in the period. A 5-2 Grand Rapids lead as this one is thrown down the ice. And an icing call on the Hunters, brought to you by Itasca Economic Development Corporation.
Nice work by Grand Rapids on the penalty kill, and then they had a 3-on-2 rush, including Dylan Clayton coming out of the box and going right to the net, looking to cause some havoc and perhaps get a deflection, and that really jump-started a few opportunities there for Grand Rapids.
Back to Stupar. Stupar goes to Salisbury. His shot tipped into the corner. Duell after it. He's taken off the puck. Puck comes behind the net where Senic tries to move it ahead. Senic and Garski fighting for it in the corner. And now the Hunters get out to center ice. After it is Jacob Hoke. Drop pass, long shot right on. Casey flips the rebound into the corner. Duell has it taken away at the blue line. Long shot is turned aside by Casey. Stupar. Oh, nice job of avoiding the forecheck by Hoke. And now here's Ryla. Ryla gets it to Duell. Duell takes a shot, and that's off the shoulder of Fish and goes high.
And Ryla taking some pretty good contact there near center ice to help make that play, that pass to Duell.
Puck rolls in on Liam Fish, who throws the trapper down on it and holds it for the faceoff. 5-2 Grand Rapids, 1:04 to go, second period.
Grand Rapids Hockey brought to you by Cushel and Chandler Insurance Agency, Nooch is in the corner, Riverwood Healthcare Center, Deerwood Bank, Ray's Sport and Cycle, and Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC.
Penalty box door is open, and looks like D. Campbelliza is going to the penalty box, so the Thunderhawks will get a power play here. I did not see the call. Grooms Property Service power play for the Thunderhawks as they offer property management and snow removal. Thunderhawks are 1 for 1 on the power play. Back to Roloff. Roloff to Gunderson. Gunderson slides it back to Gunderson, who takes a one-timer, goes behind the net by Mark. Goes back to the point to Roloff. Roloff now to Gunderson. Gunderson takes another one-timer right in on Fish. He turns it aside with the stick. Thunderhawks on the rebound in the corner. Roloff shot right on. Goes behind the net. Now Roloff again. Roloff for Palachek. Oh, he was looking for the tip in by Miskovich. It didn't quite connect. Thunderhawks now starting to get their first unit back out on the ice for the last, well, only 10 seconds left as Gunderson takes another one-timer. Boy, did Fish know where that was? He was looking behind him, but he had it somewhere.
I think he just squeezed the paraphernalia together and hope for the best.
Yep, that's exactly what he did. And the best did happen. 7.2 seconds left in the period, 1:03 left in the Grand Rapids power play. So the Thunderhawks leading 5-2. Face off. Won by Duluth Denfeld. They'll get it out to center ice, and that should kill the remaining seconds of this period, and it does. As we come to the end of another good period for the Thunderhawks, they lengthen their lead to 3 and take a 5-2 lead heading to the third, and they have a power play for 56 seconds to start the third. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com. Three minutes.
Passing along from Merrill, I believe it's Are You. I've heard both.
I wasn't sure. I went with Coho announced him as Arju as the starter. So I went with what Coho went with.
Okay.
Because I figured he would have gotten it. Because I didn't get it from the phone.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard both.
I have. Well, Chuck, a puck being cleaned up here on the Anmar ice as Grand Rapids outscoring Duluth Denfeld 2-1 in the second period, and they extend the lead from 3-1 to 5-2. In between the two Grand Rapids goals, a very odd bounce and an unassisted goal for Alexander Udd. That's one you don't like to see, but for Grand Rapids, tonight it seems like you can weather that one.
Yeah, I think so. And then Grand Rapids got a goal of their own on kind of an odd bounce, odd deflection at the Denfeld net as well. Took a weird carom, and Ryla with the goal. And so Grand Rapids, for the most part, keeps the momentum going there in the second period. And they still have 56 seconds of a power play to start the second as well.
And, you mentioned the odd bounce goal to Ryla. How about a 2-on-0 goal for Palachuk? And that went Gunderson to Palachuk to Gunderson back to Palachuk on the 2-on-0 for the tap in.
Yeah, you don't see a 2-on-0 very often, and Grand Rapids fortunate to generate that opportunity there. And they made no mistake about it, with Palachuk finishing it off on the nice dish from Gunderson, who we believe had an assist earlier in the game as well.
He doesn't have credit for that one yet.
Right. But here we sit. Yes.
What?
But here we sit, 5-2
Here we
lead.
sit. That we know. It is 5-2 Grand Rapids as we take a break, and we'll come back to run down second period stats. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com. Three minutes, please. And that, well, then tell me how much we have left. I think I'm a little bit behind on my commercials. Not by much, but by just a little. Okay, that's fine. I'll take another 1 minute break then before the end before we hit the third period. A 5-2 Grand Rapids lead after two. And what have you got, Mr. Gigliotti?
In the second period, It was Grand Rapids scoring at 1:26. A nice give and go from Pawlicek and Gunderson, and it's Pawlicek with the marker, Gunderson the lone assist. Then Denfeld cuts the Rapids lead back to 2. Unassisted goal, kind of an odd goal from Alexander Udd. And then Grand Rapids with kind of an odd goal of their own. Odd Karam and Arila credited with the goal at 6:26. Assist to Will Miskovich and Colton Stupar. So that changed from Roloff to Stupar to make it 5-2 Grand Rapids after 2. And shots after 2 periods, 34-13 Grand Rapids.
And for the extra stats that Marv has, shot attempts 15-14, so that's a lot more even that period. Hits 3 apiece, and I did think that was not nearly as physical a period as the first period. Face-off wins, just 15 face-offs in the whole period. That's not very many.
No.
And Grand Rapids wins 9 of them for 60%, and Marv has scoring chances at 4-2 Grand Rapids as the Thunderhawks take that 5-2 lead into the third period. They will have a power play for the first 56 seconds of the period. And for Grand Rapids, hey, a 3-goal lead feels pretty good. Put a power play goal in the first minute of the period, and then it feels like you can cruise.
Yeah, you feel good up by 3, but as Tony the Tiger might say, you feel great if you're up by 4 goals, if Rapids can pop one in here, either on the power play or shortly into this third period.
Would they get Frosted Flakes too?
That'd be wonderful, yeah.
That'd be great.
It would be, excuse me.
So cheerleaders on the ice, just 3 cheerleaders tonight. Sometimes there's been 3, 4, or 5 at the games I've seen.
You know, perhaps a few of them are over at the Grand Rapids gym, where Thunderhawk boys basketball currently on KOZY, trailing Cloquet 28-20, last update at halftime.
Okay, that's not bad. Cloquet coming in at 14-3, I believe, Marcus told me. So we'll take one more quick break. We'll come back with third period action, 5-2 Rapids after 2 on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com. Yeah, just 1 minute is all we need here. Duluth Denfeld hits the ice as they're led by their starting goaltender, Liam Fish. Grand Rapids will be coming out momentarily as we get this third period underway with the Thunderhawks leading 5-2. And they will take on Benilde St. Margaret's. As we said, that game coming up on Saturday. I believe 3 o'clock is the scheduled face-off.
Yes, that is correct. We'll have that game Saturday. We'll also have Greenway Raider hockey on KMFY on Saturday, 3 o'clock, as they take on Red Lake Falls. And hopefully a GRG Lightning semifinal game Saturday as well.
That would be good. As GRG, they are the number 2 seed. Would that semifinal game be here?
It would, yes.
Okay.
GRG in the quarterfinals on Thursday as they take on Northern Tier, and GRG the 2 seed, Northern Tier the 7. That'll be a pregame of 5:45, face-off at 6. GRG Lightning quarterfinal hockey Thursday night on KOZY 93.1 and 1320, streaming at KOZYradio.com.
Grand Rapids will again be going from right to left, and the Hunters from left to right as we get ready for third period action. And what the penalty call late in the period was an interference call on Bruno Di Campolenza.
It was pretty subtle, whatever it was.
It was. Neither you or I saw it.
No, and all of a sudden went to the box, and interference it was.
So here we go. Face off at center ice, and it's won by Duluth Denfeld. Brady Wick will crank it into the Grand Rapids zone. Ryla goes to Roloff behind his net. Roloff gets it up to Duell, taps it to Garski. Garski will put on the brakes, set up the power play. Rolls it all the way around. They'll let it come all the way back to Ryla. Now to Roloff on the near side. Roloff to Garski down low. Garski, little tap pass to Roloff, works down the boards, takes a shot and scores! Oh, snipes it short side on Liam Fish. And it's a 6-2 lead with the Thunderhawks' second power play goal.
Not sure how Roloff was able to find some room there, but he does just that, putting it by goaltender Fish. What a deflator, too, for the Hunters. As you know, you and I talked about, if Rapids can restore that 4-goal lead early in the third, going to be tough for Denfeld to come back. What a shot by Roloff, whose confidence this season and puck handling, just overall game, has improved by leaps and bounds. He was already a good player at the start of the season, a very good player now.
Puck into the Grand Rapids zone, a little bit of room, a shot, and I'm not sure if that got through. Garski with and lone assist to Garski.
Yep.
Puck into the into the Duluth Denfeld zone, now back in the Rapids zone. Roloff taps it across to Stupar. Stupar can't move it initially. Now the Thunderhawks do get it out to center. A little bit too far for Miskovich. And now Palachek. Palachek drives in, goes in front. And a save by Fish. Now back in comes Clayton, tries to split the defense. Goes in, he's going to get a penalty called against Duluth Denfeld. And the Thunderhawks, who are 2 for 2 on the power play, will get another crack at it, up 6-2.
Yeah, Clayton perhaps wanting to try to pull that back to his forehand as he was going down. Now, how did that compare to Gunderson's goal on Saturday when he was falling down?
That looked a lot the same, except Clayton ended up not putting the puck in the net. Very similar. So another Grooms Property Services power play, as they've been providing lawn care services, many landscaping services, and seasonal property cleanup in the greater Grand Rapids area for over 12 years.
And Fish just whacking away. I believe that's Bymark in front of the net.
Back to the point, Salisbury keeps it in. Salisbury goes to Gunderson. Gunderson to Miskovich. Miskovich tries to get the puck on net, but it is put down the other way. Now here comes Bymark. Bymark, little bit of room, but can't get the centering pass to connect. Now here's Roloff. Roloff, top of the circle. Out front, shot goes just wide from Garski. 6-2 Grand Rapids in the lead and on the power play. Garski goes to Bymark. Bymark now to Roloff. Roloff far side to Duell. Thunderhawks now have gotten the full change done. 55 seconds left in the Thunderhawks power play. Ryla now back to Roloff. Now to Ryla. Duell down low, tries to go back out front. That's deflected. Thunderhawks regain control. Roloff. Back to Ryla. Ryla to Garski. Garski takes a shot, and that gets way up in the rafters as it goes off a stick.
Yeah, once again, good puck movement by the Thunderhawks, mainly along the blue line, but they tried to work it in between the circles a little bit, and then the shot deflected way up high. And Grand Rapids Hockey is brought to you by Sammy's Pizza of Grand Rapids, the Timberlake, Claremont and McBride Financial, and Fred's Live Bait and Tackle. Winnie Trading Post.
Thunderhawks gain control off the faceoff. Here's Roloff. Roloff back to Ryla. Ryla now to Duell. Shot right on. Rebound is cleared. Oh, beautiful puck movement. Nice save by Fish. Duell tips it into the zone. Retreating for it is Senich, who can't get it out of the zone. Clayton back to Ryla as the penalty expires. Far side, Duell shot right on, and Fish makes the save. Duell again looking for the hat trick.
Nice vision there by Roloff with the cross-ice pass to Duell, who can't quite beat Fish as the shots continue to pile up. Grand Rapids with the 38-14 advantage in that shots on goal column.
6-2 Grand Rapids lead. 13:30 left in the third. Back to the point to Stupar. Stupar puts it in behind Gunderson. Plays it to Stupar. Now back down low for Gunderson. That doesn't connect as the puck gets up in the rafters again. And we'll have another face-off in the Duluth Denfeld zone. Yeah, Thunderhawks have just continued to apply pressure, and I think just taking this game away from Duluth Denfeld. That goal from Duluth Denfeld 13 seconds in seems a very long time ago. Shot doesn't get through. Oh, looking for the rebound. That was Miskovich, who already has a goal this evening. Roloff in his own zone. Miskovich now coming in is Gunderson. Gunderson on the backhand, can't get a shot on net. And he finds Miskovich out front. Rebound! Palachek scores! 7-2 Grand Rapids.
And that'll be the second goal of the evening for Palachek. Had that nice give and go earlier with Gunderson. And now, after a save by Fish, Palachek makes no doubt on that rebound there as he puts it home for the 7th Grand Rapids goal.
So the Thunderhawks putting their stamp on this game. We're now a goal away from running time with a 5-goal lead. So a couple goals for Palachek, 2 for Duell. Puck in the Grand Rapids zone. Back to the point, kept in by Vinny Udd as the puck comes to the near side. Back to the point, DeCambeliza keeps it in. Now Clayton behind the net. Clayton, far side, can't get it out. Spin around shot, that's stopped in front. Tip to the point. Clayton has the puck ahead. Into the zone. Bounced off the puck is Drennan as the puck goes to the far side. After it is Hoke. Hoke can't find it. DeCambeliza will move it to the near side to Vinny Udd. Udd off the glass, out and down the ice. And this will be an icing call brought to you by Itasca Economic Development Corporation. You can shine a light on economic development in our community and call Itasca Economic Development Corporation today.
And finishing up our awesome sponsor list, we thank Skoglund Electric, The Motor Shop, Grooms Dock and Lift, Clafton Skate, IEDC, also Rapids Roof Truss.
Rapid Roof Truss bringing you the YouTube stream in the second period. Puck comes back to the top of the circle. Slap shot by Roloff. Deflects wide. Now Garski gets it out front. Comes back to the point to Roloff in front. Tipped by Garski. And that goes wide. Pinching in is Roloff as the puck finally comes out and down the ice. Ooh, almost getting a chance was Liam Doyle. Nice back check by the Thunderhawks, and out they come. Garski goes wide, puts on the brakes in the corner, scoots it back to the point, but it's deflected out to center ice. Stupar tries to take advantage of a Duluth Denfeld line change, puts it out front, shot, saved by Fish, and now out to center ice is Drew Doyle. Puck into the Grand Rapids zone, shot right on, and Casey makes the save. May have to give him the save of the game on that. I don't think he's going to get a better one.
Sounds good.
It was a sneaky good shot that he got a pad save on. Puck into the Grand Rapids zone. Back come the Thunderhawks out to center ice. Miskovich chases it deep in the zone. Tries to avoid the hit from Shea. And now out to center ice comes Haryu. Haryu. Centering pass. Tied up was John Scott. Thunderhawks carry it out to center. Gunderson goes behind the net. Back to the point to Roloff. Roloff sweeps it over. Oh, and goes just outside the zone on Owen Simons. Miskovich and Salisbury with the assist on the second Palachuk goal.
Really? Okay, because it was announced as Gunderson and Stupar. All right, well.
I would. It says Miskovich and Salisbury here.
All right.
But.
I go by the hub, so.
Okay.
In the hub, I trust.
If that's the case, now Gunderson has been had 2 assists taken away from him tonight.
Well, of the games I've seen, of the home games, certainly one of the best efforts here, most complete games from the Thunderhawks. Impressive tonight.
Shot right on, and Fish makes the save with Clayton cruising for the rebound. Thunderhawks have been all over in front of Liam Fish tonight.
And a new season high in goals tonight, too, for Grand Rapids with 7 on the board.
As the faceoff comes to the left of Liam Fish. Drennan back to the point, comes to Roloff on the near side. Drennan has to back check for it. Now here comes Roloff. Roloff gets it to number 15. I believe that's Marcus Thiel. Thiel and Joe Dick have both worn that number this year. Long shot might have been going over the net, but Casey gloves it anyways and holds it for a face-off. A bit ago on the pad save, we gave him the M&H Convenience Store save of the game. When you're on the run and looking for a quick and healthy snack or drink, M&H Convenience Store is the place to stop, and you can save 10 cents per gallon when you pay inside. Rapid Roof Truss was the sponsor of our second period stream on YouTube, and the third period brought to you by Deerwood Bank. Puck wraparound attempt doesn't work. Thunderhawks can't get it out of the zone as Carpenter has to go back to get it. Carpenter behind his own net. Gets it to Rabers as the Thunderhawks get it out to center. Nice effort by Duell just to get a stick on that and prevent icing so the Thunderhawks can go after it in the zone. Ryla in front, shot, goal, Duell the Hattie. You gonna throw that Rapids radio hat on the ice? Not a chance, says Joe.
No, I think I only get this one free one. Are you going to throw your hat on the ice?
No.
Okay. Yeah, pretty easy pickings there for Duell as puck
someone
comes
realizes it.
There you go.
Got a hat on the ice.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a sparse crowd to begin with, and some have filtered out here with the Grand Rapids lead as it's grown.
And it will be running time now with a 6-goal lead in the third period as Duell gets his third of the game. I was not sure who to take on the post-game interview, but I think Duell has to be part of it now.
Fine choice. Fine choice.
And not sure what the discussion is with
as the Hunter door may open.
Is there a penalty called?
Perhaps.
There is, and there is a penalty up on the board. So not only that's insult to injury.
There was a little commotion over by the benches, and then Denfeld gets a 2-minute penalty.
And we'll figure out what that penalty was called for.
We have a bench minor on the Hunters.
And it will be a Grooms Property Services power play for the Thunderhawks as they offer property management and snow removal. Got a little snow coming tomorrow. May need some of that snow removal. Thunderhawks try to get it out front. Comes back to the point as Gunderson takes a crack at it. That hits traffic in front. I think that stung Seamus Shea a little bit. Thunderhawks now through center ice. As they're trying a little, it's Palachek, Joey Miskovich, and Will Miskovich on the power play. Puck comes out to center. Salisbury turns. Salisbury gains the blue line and throws it in deep. Shea can't control it, but it does come out to center ice. Duell, 3 goals on the night. Sweeps it back to Roloff. Roloff now to Duell. Duell. Drop pass to Roloff. Roloff sweeps it to Duell in the half wall. Now to Ryla. Ryla comes to Roloff. Roloff, top of the circle. Back to the point off the skate of Ryla and out to center. As the puck into the zone.
Oh boy,
Back
pretty good
to-
whack there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sheldon.
Yes, it was that Garski took.
Yes.
Now roll off to Garski. Garski shot right on. And that goal, the 8th goal, listed to Andrew Ryla. That can't be right.
No, unless he switched jerseys with Jamison Duell.
And gained 30 pounds at least in 2 inches.
That's probably, yeah.
Joey Miskovich to take the draw. We're going to leave that one with Duell. As Bymark is knocked down at center ice. Thunderhawks with Bymark, Thiel, and Joey Miskovich out on the power play. So Thunderhawks really are clearing the bench here with, oh, there we go. Duell from Ryla. I can go with that.
That sounds accurate.
Puck still in the Grand Rapids zone. Penalty is over. Doesn't take long for a penalty to finish up when you're in running time. Long shot on Fish, and he'll glove it. We are in running time with an 8-2 Grand Rapids lead.
And now, if you're a numbers person, well, Grand Rapids hit 50 shots. So they're at 46 right now with a running 5:37 to go.
Face-off will be to the left of Fish. Shots 46-15 Grand Rapids. As the puck comes to the near side. Long shot in on Fish. Well, there's 47. And 5:20 and counting on the count. Face-off will be to the right of Liam Fish. Denfeld scored first, but Rapids has been in command since then. Salisbury. Long shot from Owen Simons is gloved by Fish.
48.
Under 5 to go. Face-off again in the Denfeld zone. As the Thunderhawks will send out their number 1 line. Duell wins it back to Salisbury. Salisbury takes a shot. Don't know if Fish got a good look at it, but it went high. Simons pinches in, puts it behind the net. And we have a whistle and an interference call. This one going against Duluth Denfeld.
Been a bit of a parade to the box for the Hunters in this game.
Vinny Udd with the penalty. Another Grooms Property Services power play. As they are Northern Minnesota's dealer for Shoremaster Premier Waterfront Products and Legend Attachments. Draw one by Duluth Denfeld. Long shot comes in, shoot in on Casey. Ryla loses the puck behind the net as the puck centered. That goes past everybody. And puck back in behind the net. Ryla moves it up the boards. And the Thunderhawks will now get it out with Roloff. Roloff into the zone. Takes a look, shot right on. And Fish with the glove save, 49 with 3:27 to go. I'm going to say the over-under on shots is 52. What do you think? Kind of a late bet.
Right, which we're not allowed to place. But
Of course not.
if we were, hypothetically,
Yes.
yeah, it sounds about right. I'll go with the over.
Back to the point to Ryla. Ryla over to Duell. Down to the side of the net. Clayton. Thunderhawks dig it out. Get it to Roloff. Roloff. Now to Garski. Garski turns at the half wall. Back to Ryla. Ryla to Roloff. Roloff turns away from pressure. Now back to Ryla. Ryla to Duell. Side of the net. Out front. Shot and a goal. Garski gets in the goal parade. It's 9-2 Grand Rapids.
Excellent puck movement once again there by the Rapids power play as they pad their man advantage numbers. Garski just right there in the slot, and he puts it home. The long night for Fish and the Hunters continues, and thankfully for them, coming to a close shortly.
About 2 minutes left when we drop the puck. Another power play goal for the Thunderhawks.
By the way, that was shot number 50.
We have been keeping track of that.
Yes.
Drennan puts it behind the net for Bymark. Denfeld tries to control it. Joey Miskovich there. Joey Miskovich tries to get it down low. Nick Burke there as well, so both teams using the rest of their bench. Shea out to center ice. Long shot turned aside by Casey. Simon's in the corner. Now Drennan. Drennan loses the puck. Shot. Oh, that's a nice save by Casey. Might have been his hardest one since the first period. Another shot right on, and that's turned aside. Thunderhawks move it up the boards into the Denfeld end. And a long shot in. Casey tried to get over there to save the icing. He just wanted this game to go. Of course, it will anyways.
Yeah, running time.
IEDC icing, and no one's broken any sticks that I've seen tonight or any equipment problems. But if you need a stick, that doesn't matter if it's for high school hockey, pond hockey, or playing on the outdoor rink or whatever it is, they have you covered. Hundreds to choose from all the top brands, and puck bounces in on Fish with 39 seconds left. Clafton Skate and Equipment right across from Minnesota North the Itasca campus of Minnesota North College. Back to the point, long shot right in on Fish. There's your 50-second shot, I think.
Well, you won't have to hurry back after your interviews because I have plenty to run down here
You
tonight.
have some goals to run down.
Yes.
Back to the point. That shot into the netting, and that will do it as the final seconds will tick away. Grand Rapids, a convincing 9-2 win over Duluth Denfeld. We'll take a break, come back to wrap it up. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com.
Yep. All right, thanks, Jim. Good work, thank you. possible.
Yeah, I mean, they could. I don't know if we'd be at 5 and 6, 5, like Forest Lake would be 4, I think. After that, I think it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Denfeld will be higher than these.
I feel like it's a lot more wide open than it was a week ago.
Yeah.
Grand Rapids hockey taking on Duluth Denfeld on a Tuesday night, and the Thunderhawks cruise to a 9-2 victory. It was Denfeld, though, scoring very early in this one. Nolan Haryu at the 13-second mark. Assist to John Scott. But then Grand Rapids starts to take over later in the first. They get a goal from Jamison Duell at 9:15. Assist to Ander Ryla and Job Carpenter. Grand Rapids again, this one at 10:51. Will Miskovich with the marker. Assist to Roloff and Luke Palachek. And then at 16:37, it was Duell again, this one on the power play. Assist to Roloff and Ryla. 3-1 Grand Rapids after one. We go to the second. Thunderhawks add to their lead. Palachek a goal, this one at 1:26. Assist to Caleb Gunderson. A nice give-and-go play from those two. And then a couple of odd bounces, one benefiting each team. An Alexander Udd goal for the Hunters at 3:15, cut the Rapids lead to 4-2. And then an odd bounce benefits Grand Rapids, a goal for Ryla at 6:26. Assist to Will Miskovich and Colton Stupar. 5-2 Thunderhawks after two. We go to the third, and Rapids scores at the 32-second mark. Power play goal for Roloff. Assist to Nathan Garski. That makes it 6-2. And then the Thunderhawks get another goal from Palachek. Assist to Will Miskovich and Alex Salisbury. That goal at 4:07. And Rapids adds a couple more before it's all said and done. Duell finishing the hat trick. Nice goal right in the slot. Another assist for Ryla. That goal at 8:12. And finally, a Nathan Garski power play goal. Assist to Dylan Clayton and Jamison Duell. That goal at 14:22 to give us our final score of 9-2 Grand Rapids over Duluth Denfeld on Tuesday night. Your final shots on goal, 51-19 Thunderhawks. Carter Casey gets the win in net for Grand Rapids as he allows just the 2 goals. Hello, Sheldon.
Hello. Well, it's easier to find kids that want to talk after a game like this.
I would imagine,
We'll
yes.
just put it that way, and let's go to our post-game interview. Post-game interview, got Jamison Duell, Luke Palachek, and Jamo, 3 goals going in. I know there were some assists there as well, but this game didn't start so well. Talk about that first minute and what was talked about after that.
Yeah, we didn't come out ready to play, but we bounced back pretty quick. So, yeah, I think it was definitely good.
Well, and Luke, you get 2 goals, including a really pretty 2-on-0. That you had a lot of time to think about that one coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I picked my head up and saw it that time. I know me and Grant have been talking about that, so yeah, it was good to get that one done.
And was this kind of a get-well game, you know, after some tough ones last week?
Yeah, definitely a confidence booster. I mean, for a power play, we've been struggling, so definitely a confidence booster on that.
Well, yeah, 3 goals on the power play, Luke. And what else was going right? What else was the team doing well tonight?
I think our forecheck was good. I mean, I think we were minus the first goal, we were pretty good off draws. So, I mean, we were doing pretty good details tonight. So I think we just keep it up, and yeah.
And I know crashing the net, a big part of it. You get a couple goals, crashing the net, and then a beautiful snipe shot for that middle goal. How tough is it being in the crease and just taking the punishment there?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a price to pay to get the goals in front. So, but that's what Grant harps on. So that's what you got to do.
And that gets you some playing time on this team, right, Luke? Being the tough guy.
Yeah, being the tough guy definitely helps. I mean, J-Mo is very good at it. I mean, he scores countless goals just grinding away. So, yeah, for sure.
Well, good win tonight. We'll look forward to seeing you on Saturday, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is Luke Pellicek and Jamison Duell on our post-game interview. That's 5 of the 9 goals right there.
And I have my 3 stars all set to go. A lot to pick from tonight, but I think I have them.
All right, and the 3 stars brought to you by the Motor Shop. They're located Highway 169 East in Grand Rapids. And if your snowblower isn't running, you better get it running because we're getting 5 inches of snow coming up, or somewhere around there. And the Motor Shop can do that. I don't know if they can get it to you before tomorrow's snow, though.
Perhaps not.
Perhaps you've waited too long. But they do service and sell motors for every heating system as well. And the Motor Shop, Highway 169 East in Grand Rapids. What do you got, Super Joe?
I'm going to go for the 3rd star, Ander Ryla, a goal and 3 assists. 2nd star, we're going to go Luke Pellicek, 2 goals and an assist. And then 1st star, Jamison Duell, the hat trick and an assist.
4-point night for Jamison Duell as the Thunderhawks. They load up the net tonight against Duluth Denfeld, and 9-2 victory. If you combine the JV and varsity totals, it's 22-3.
Yowza. Good night for the JV and the varsity.
Good night for the orange and black, right?
Yes.
As the Thunderhawks sweep tonight's games, and go to 15-7-1 on the season, and 2 games left in the regular season, and then it counts.
Yeah, and a couple of tough tests to finish off the regular season with Benilde, St. Margaret's on Saturday, and then Hermantown on Tuesday.
That will wrap it up here from Yanmar Arena. Final score 9-2 Grand Rapids. For Stacy back at the station, Super Joe helping me here. I'm Sheldon Willis, and you've been listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder and J105Radio.com. All right, I think we're all good. Stacy, thank you.
Thank you, Stacy.
I doubt it, because I think that's going to be the 4-5 anyways. So Forest Lake is 4, they're 5.
Oh, you think Denfeld will be? I mean, they beat the Leafs.
Yeah. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean,
and Rapids will probably be 2.
Yeah, I mean, unless like Duluth Marshall beats Denfeld.
Then they could fall to 6.
Right. Yeah.
Even then, it'd be the 3-6. No, right. I don't think Rapids falls to 3.
Yeah. Unless they. I mean, I feel like the Hermantown game.
If they win the Hermantown game, they could still be the 1.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I feel like the Hermantown game has implications for us.
Yep. Exactly.